One of the easiest things to up, and people this up all the time, is how you talk about lead times. Give your customer bad information, you lose trust. Give your team bad information, they look bad, and they'll blame you. So what exactly is lead time? It's simply the total time it takes from start to finish. Sounds easy, but if you misunderstand it, your plans and communication quickly falls apart. In this video, I'll be talking about lead time specifically in the context of launching new products, so you can avoid costly mistakes and keep your team aligned. So here's the issue. Lead time means different things to different people. It's like everyone riding in the same car headed the same way, but each seat has a slightly different view. In a product-based business, multiple teams work together to bring a product to market. Product, purchasing, logistics, sales, and more. But each team typically focuses only on their own piece of the lead time. They rarely take the time to consider the lead time involved in other teams' work. Product teams are often the biggest offenders, communicating lead time to sales without factoring critical downstream steps like purchasing, shipping, or fulfillment. This fragmented understanding creates blind spots. If you're running a business or leading a team, you might not realize how damaging this disconnect is until projects go off track, decisions fail, and teams become misaligned. When your product launches and customer promises depends on accurate timing, you can't afford to use bad lead time information. Whether you're selling on Amazon, Etsy, or your own e-commerce site, or just coordinating across teams, lead time matters. It directly affects your customers' trust, your team's performance, and your business reputation. Yet most teams unknowingly rely on incomplete lead time information. Customers hear one thing but experience another, like expecting an order this week but receiving it weeks later. That mismatch frustrates your customer. Even worse, it silently costs you money. Every day your launch is delayed, you're burning cash, paying your team and suppliers while losing revenue you could have earned sooner. And typically what happens is you've committed to a launch date based on bad lead time information, and now you're stuck paying extra for expedited shipping just to avoid disappointing your customer. To fix this, you need to clearly understand what's causing the disconnect. And there are 5 deeper issues at play here. First, lead time is tricky because it's contextual. The answer entirely depends on who's asking, who's answering, and how the information will be used. For example, when a customer asks sales about lead time, they expect a total time frame, production, shipping, and delivery. But when sales asks the product team, they naturally focus only on their piece, production. They don't consider shipping or fulfillment, which creates confusion. Now, building on that confusion, the second issue is most teams don't realize their understanding of lead time is incomplete. They operate with tunnel vision, rarely questioning if other departments see things differently or if their own understanding is accurate. As a result, teams get stuck in siloed thinking because no one teaches them to look beyond their own role. Their limited perspectives create blind spots over time. And this isn't just a rookie mistake. Experienced professionals make it too. For my first 10 years in product development, that was me. I stayed strictly in my lane, focused solely on building products and getting them quickly into production. I never considered logistics, warehousing, or order processing because I had never stepped back. I had no idea how much my narrow viewpoint impacted other teams. Third, because teams aren't aware of their limited viewpoints, they often communicate lead time carelessly. They know they have gaps, but instead of verifying details with other teams, they casually fill those gaps with assumptions, blending incomplete information with guesses about other teams' role. Early in my career, I'd casually include 4 weeks for shipping in my lead time estimates, without verifying any details with logistics or warehousing. I didn't fully understand the steps involved, from booking freight, coordinating forwarders, clearing customs, order processing, or fulfillment. My assumptions turned into misinformation, mistakenly communicated by sales as the total lead time. Eventually, I learned to avoid confusion and blame. Whenever sales asked me about lead time, I explicitly tell them that my estimates covered only development and production, and directed them to verify shipping and delivery details directly with operations team. Fourth, when incomplete information gets communicated downstreams, poor handoffs become inevitable. Teams rarely consider how their information affects others. Instead, they either pad lead times excessively or commit to aggressive dates, both causing unnecessary pressure downstream. I've repeatedly seen product teams promise aggressive launch dates without leaving enough buffer, and whenever development runs into delays, the entire lead time stretches out. But because product already committed those dates to sales and customers, operations end up scrambling, purchasing chasing factors late into the night, and logistics scrambles to arrange last-minute shipments. These unrealistic commitments create stress and mistakes for everyone involved. And finally, all these early issues compound when sales or customers-facing roles have to piece together the fragmented lead time information. It's challenging because their understanding of each team's role is limited, making them prone to mistakes. Without clear understanding how each team's piece impacts the overall lead time, sales often communicates inaccurate or incomplete information. The result? Frustrated customers and damaged credibility. Clearly, fragmented lead time information creates confusion and costly mistakes. If you're leading a team or running a business, you can't afford to overlook this because when your team isn't aligned, your customer feels it and your business pays a price. Now, the solution isn't to micromanage every detail. Instead, bring all the teams together early in the development process, right when the project gets a green light or when you have a customer's commitment. Hold focus sessions where each team shares their perspective and map out timing together. From production to shipping to fulfillment. These sessions are especially valuable when launching new products or onboarding important customers. Each customers bring unique shipping instructions, timeline, and delivery requirements, which directly shape their fulfillment and lead time needs. The more often you hold these sessions, the deeper your team's collective understanding of lead time becomes. Product and purchasing clearly sees how delays affect downstream teams, making them more mindful about communicating lead time. Logistics and order processing no longer carry the constant burden of making up for lost time, and sales can quickly piece together fragmented details, and gain clarity from everyone involved in the meeting. And over time, this simple practice helps your team learn from each other and avoid costly mistakes and build stronger connections. And when people truly see how their roles depend on each other and how timing connects across departments, they become more confident, effective, and aligned. And that's how you build a team that moves together, not apart. If you found this useful and want more insight bombs like this, hit like and subscribe. I've got more coming your way.